Marvel wants you to believe this is Steve Rogers. The long hair, the beard, lifting of Mjolnir. They even flashed a caption telling you Steve Rogers returns. But I don't think that's Steve. I think that's Loki. And I think Marvel is pulling the exact kind of trailer trick they've pulled on us a dozen of times before. Let me show you why the Captain America fighting alongside the team in Avengers Doomsday might actually be the god of mischief in disguise. First, you have to understand who you're dealing with. Marvel has a long documented history of deceiving fans in trailers. They've digitally removed characters from shots so we wouldn't know they were there. They've added fake moments that never appeared in the film. They've deliberately edited footage to hide twists. Even entertainment outlets covering this Doomsday trailer are openly saying you can't take it at face value because Marvel is known for editing trailers to mislead. So when Marvel flashes a caption that says Steve Rogers returns, I don't take that as truth. I take that as the setup. Because the best way to hide a twist is to tell the audience the obvious thing they already expect. That's not proof it's Steve. That's exactly what they'd do if it wasn't. Now look at Doom. In the trailer, he's sitting on his throne, and the floor in front of him is glowing green. Green, the signature color of one character in the entire MCU, Loki. And we know Loki's whole arc ended with him becoming the god of stories, holding the multiverse together, radiating that green energy. So, what if Doom took that power? What if the green glow at Doom's feet is Loki's stolen magic, the thing that lets Doom control reality itself? If Doom stripped Loki of his power, that sets up everything. It frees Loki from his throne, it puts him back in play, and it gives him a reason to hide, to move in the shadows, to disguise himself instead of fighting openly. Because without his full power, Loki can't take on Doom head on. So he does what Loki does best, he becomes someone else. And here's the piece that ties it together. The trailer shows Loki in his TVA outfit, standing in a house, and fans immediately notice something. That house, the curtains, the light, the whole room matches the house where Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter shared their final dance at the end of Endgame. Loki is in Steve's home. Watch the scene. Loki is hidden, watching, and what he is watching is Steve, older now, holding his baby, living the peaceful life he earned. Loki sees a man who's finally happy, a man who gave up being a hero to have a family. And I think that's the exact moment Loki makes a decision. He doesn't pull Steve out of that happiness to go fight Doom. He looks at that peaceful life and decides to protect it. So instead of recruiting Steve, Loki becomes him. Which brings us to the biggest objection. If that Cap is Loki, how does he lift Mjolnir? The hammer only allows the worthy. Loki was never worthy. The trickster, the villain, the liar could never lift it. And that's exactly why this works now. Because the Loki of today is not the Loki of the old films. Across his own series, Loki changed completely. He stopped scheming for himself. He chose to sacrifice everything, his freedom, his life, his very existence, sitting alone at the end of time, holding the multiverse together so that everyone else could live. That is the most selfless act in the entire MCU. He gave up everything and asked for nothing. If worthiness is about selflessness and sacrifice, then Loki, after everything he gave up, might finally be worthy. For the first time, the god of mischief could lift the hammer. And honestly, Loki lifting Mjolnir would be one of the most emotionally earned moments Marvel could ever give us. The villain who became worthy. So here's how I think it actually breaks down. There are two Captain Americas in this trailer, and they're not the same person. The one on the motorcycle, the one holding the baby, living the quiet life, that's real Steve Rogers. Happy, retired, exactly where Loki found him. But the long haired Cap fighting alongside the Avengers, lifting Mjolnir, standing with the team against Doom, that's Loki, wearing Steve's face, taking his place, fighting the battle so Steve doesn't have to leave his family. Two Caps, one real, one the god of mischief, finally using his tricks for something selfless. Think about how perfect that would be. Loki, who spent a decade as the villain, who died trying to be a hero, who sacrificed everything at the end of time, comes back and chooses to protect the happiness of a good man by becoming him. He lifts the hammer he was never worthy of because now, finally, he is. That's not just a twist, that's the payoff of Loki's entire journey. Marvel's telling us it's Steve. I think it's Loki. And I think Doomsday is about to give the god of mischief the most heroic moment of his life. Am I reaching or do you see it too? Tell me in the comments. This is Shabby Says. See you in the next one.